Welcome, Fitness Witness Health Warriors. This is shoulder day. We start a new program, Massive Strength. Now, you know how we start off the workout with a warm-up. Let's get warmed up with our usual favorite cardio before we get started. So just 5 or 10 minutes of cardio, then you can get started into the program. We are going to work all sides of the deltoids, starting with the rear deltoids. So I want you to get this machine right here. This machine is the chest fly machine, but you can also work rear deltoids on there. I want you to lift your seat up to where your handles are at your shoulder level. You don't want to go too high or too low. You want your shoulders to be leveled up with your handles. And I want you to do a weight that's heavy enough where you can do 10. The next part of your deltoids you're going to work is your front deltoids. And I want you to grab 2 dumbbells, something heavy enough where you can do 10 in a row. And when you lift, you want to go slightly above the head as you do the front deltoid lift. And you want to do this right after you do your other 10 set. Next is your really heavy sets. So you're going back to the first exercise where you're working the rear deltoids. Since this is a really heavy exercise, you're not going to do both arms at the same time. You're going to do it unilaterally. You're going to work one deltoid at a time. In this rear deltoid, you're going to work one arm first, and then you're going to switch, then work the other arm. Now, you want to make sure this is heavy enough where you can max out at 5. It shouldn't be super easy. The next exercise we are going to go heavy on is the front deltoid lift. Since it is a heavy exercise, we are going to work it unilaterally and do one limb at a time. That will give you better control over the motion. And since we're doing 2 sets of everything, this is where you start back over and redo all the exercises that you previously have done. Just 2 10 sets and 2 really heavy 5 sets of everything. Remember, do not go too light in this exercise. Go steady and heavy to build your muscle. Next is the dumbbell shoulder fly. You want to choose a weight heavy enough where you can do about 10 reps in a row. But if you can do more than 10 reps, then get it. Do 15 reps. But I want you to study yourself and see which weight is heavy enough where you can do 10 in a row. Lift the weight to about ear level and go hard. As we continue to work all different parts of the deltoids, we are going to do the dumbbell shoulder press. And it is seated, so find a seat where your back can have support and find a weight that is heavy enough where you can do about 10 in a row. Not so heavy where you're struggling at 5 and not so easy where you can do 20. Now, as we go heavy on a dumbbell shoulder fly, we are going to do it unilaterally. It is better for your form that you only use one weight than 2 weights at the same time if you're going really heavy with this exercise. After you do 5 on one side, as you see, I did a little bit more because I felt I had a little bit more to give. So after you do 5 on one side, then switch to the other side. But make sure you do whatever you do on one side to the next side so you can get the equal amount of reps on both sides. Now we are going heavy on a dumbbell press, so choose a weight that is heavy enough where you can do 5. That means that you can't do 10 with this weight. It also means that it shouldn't be so heavy where you're only doing 1 or 2 or 3 at a time. So choose a weight that you can do 5 and beast it out. So before you move on to the next exercise, I want you to do this. Everything says 2 sets on there. So do this exercise, the dumbbell flies and the shoulder press twice in a row before you move on to the next exercise. Yes, we are getting the full business on the shoulder workout, and it's time for shoulder shrugs. I want you guys to grab a weight that is so heavy where you only can do about 10 of those and do shoulder shrugs. When you're doing these shoulder shrugs, I want you to be composed, taking a pause as you go down, and lift up and take a pause. Now let's take these shrugs to the next level on the heavy set. We're going to choose a weight that's so heavy where we only can do 5 in a row. Not a weight too heavy where you only can do 1, 2, and then stop. About 5 in a row, and where you can hold and manage that weight for about 5 in a row. Get it, fitness, witness, health warriors. Go hard, and remember, dedication equals results.